No, I don't believe it.
It's not safe in the open.
Так ты согласен с тем, что босс вчера сказал?
Oh, God! All I wanted
Time
was
to
a
close
fresh
that
start.
mouth of yours!
Please! I can explain!
Мы его напугали! Он ранен! Если человек мертв, это надолго.
Are you okay?
He sent them here to kill me. I mean, I know what kind of man my husband is, but to sick those animals on me... Oh, I tried to tell you inside the club. We needed to be more discreet.
You sure he's the one who sent them?
Who else? Blesta is not a good man. He smuggles weapons, drugs, whores, you name it. All of it heading east. Oh, it's obvious now that he knows that I know. I have the address of the locker where everything is stored, and I have the code to get in.
You want me to shut down your husband's smuggling operation?
That is what Vince wanted. I was going to give him this information, and in exchange he was going to pay for my ticket out of Prague. Don't you understand? I must leave Blesta tonight. I must get as far as I can.
Given what happened with those men, the way they attacked us, seems like you're in even more danger than you thought.
Don't worry. I will be careful. Just as you must be, darling. Besides, I'll be out of Prague within the hour, and Vlesta will never see me again. Assuming, of course, that you can pay.
How did you know to trust Vince with all this? What made you believe he can help?
I didn't know. Not for sure. All I knew is that very few are willing to stand up to men like my husband. I had heard that Vince Black was one of those men. But when he didn't show up to our meeting, I don't know what to think of him anymore. I put my faith in you now.
Do you know of any other ways to contact Vince? Or do you know anything that might explain why he didn't show up?
All I know is that Vince wanted information about my husband. And that my husband... Lester knew the name Vince Black. He cursed it often. I believe he feared Vince.
What else do I need to know about your husband?
Lester is like all young Diwali. You cannot argue with them. You cannot intimidate them. You cannot appeal to their heart. All he cares about is delivering on time. And chasing after women who are not his wife.
Is that why you want to get back at him? Because of something he's done to you?
I have no illusions about who I married. I know he was ambitious, eager to please the wrong kinds of men. But I didn't think he would turn into this monster. I want him to test failure, to have to walk home with his tail between his legs.
If I get involved in this, there's a chance he might not walk home at all.
I wouldn't cry over him.
Alright, this information you have, how much do you want for it?
The price of a ticket to Berlin, with enough left over to start my new life. That is what Vince and I had agreed. They say Berlin is a good city for those wanting to be lost.
Here, the ticket's already been bought, open-ended. You leave when you want.
All right. Thank you. My husband owns a storage locker next to the Palisade Bank. The code is 2565. It is the centerpiece of his operation. I hope you find what you're looking for.
Delara, that Diwali op Vince was digging into? I've got the address of a smuggling locker he was looking for.
Huh, maybe he's still looking. Or maybe he found it some other way. This information, you came by it how exactly?
The informant Vince was supposed to meet. She agreed to work with me instead.
That doesn't surprise me. You're good at gaining people's trust, Adam. It's a rare skill.
Point is, I got a lead. I'll let you know what I find.
weapon's hot. Okay.
Whatever it was, it's long gone.
Something's wrong. We'll find it.
Used to be a beautiful city. Any word from Control?
Oh, fuck.
We ready to call it?
Pretty quiet.
Any word from Control? Control, waiting for orders. word from control.
Something's wrong. We'll find it. Move along.
I think we should take it.
Hobos, augs, prostitutes. City is falling apart.
Got anything?
No idea.
I'd better be getting to heaven.
Nikoho to nezajímá.
Not like to question leadership. Look at your killer. One day, I'll be the boss of this family.
What part of it? Yeah, they should think we're friends.
A devastating blow against basic human rights.
Where you going?
Social justice warriors fail to see the bigger...
Did you bring anything to drink? You bust into a man's home, you should at least bring a drink.
Are you Johnny Gunn?
That's right. What do you want?
Have you heard about your wife?
Which one?
Excuse me?
I've been married a bunch of times. Which wife are we talking about?
The dead one. The one whose body they found torn apart by some animal.
She has a name, you know. Angie to those who knew her, Angela to you.
So you did know already.
Your detective friend called, told me to sit tight and wait for you, so here I am, sitting tight, being cooperative.
Is that a bell tower patch on your jacket?
Yeah, so?
Let's just say I'm familiar with bell tower.
What does that mean? Familiar how?
I'm familiar with their retirement plan. Looks like they're treating you real well, Johnny.
Fuck you! I was in New South Wales, man. Hell, I'm still there. Probably gonna spend the rest of my life trying to get out. See, this is the price a man pays to no longer take orders. And something tells me you're not paying it.
Australia. You were there during the Civil War?
That's right. And that was only the beginning. Not my first choice, believe me, but, Bell Tower wasn't all that big on choice. Send you where they want, make you do what they want, replace parts of you whenever and however they want. Anyway, that was a long time ago.
You don't seem too broken up about Angela's death. She was your wife, wasn't she?
Ex-wife. We were divorced.
Is that supposed to explain why you don't care?
People die. Whether or not I care is between me and my memories of them. It's got nothing to do with you.
You could still show some respect for the dead.
You've misinterpreted something. Angie's not the one I mean to be disrespectful to. You are. How I react to my ex-wife murder in front of you, the man accusing me of it, and how I react later when I'm alone, are two different things.
So the moment I leave, you're gonna start grieving, is that it?
Maybe. It's between me and Angela.
You've had a hard time adjusting to life after Bell Tower.
No more than anyone else.
Where were you tonight?
I was out killing Angie. Doing whatever it is they did to her. That's what you think, isn't it?
I think you're a legitimate suspect. Unless you cooperate and offer some good answers. I think a jury may see it that way too.
Jury? You think hogs get juries in this city? I think that's fucking hilarious. Write that in your little report. Johnny finds me fucking hilarious.
I don't write reports.
Well, take note of this anyway. I wouldn't hurt Angela. And I don't want to know anything about her murder or the investigation.
Why not?
Because if I knew who did it, I might be tempted to kill them, and I don't do that anymore.
I still need to know where you were.
In my apartment. Alone. No one but the cockroaches can confirm or deny shit. Convenient, right?
You sure you didn't go anywhere tonight?
I went to the bathroom. Twice.
Anything else come to mind about Angela?
At night, her hair used to get in my nose and make it itchy. It was annoying, but nice. Made me feel human.
I'm sure you won't mind if I look around.
Whatever you say.
In part one of our two-part look at the Human Restoration Act, I am joined by the head of the Department of Sociology at Harvard, Dr. Stansfield Christensen.
And it's a pleasure to speak with you two. Listen, I know things are saying the Human Restoration Act is a step back.
Hey, asshole! You can't go in there!
The audience and everything off the rails. Since then, the rift between augmented and natural has gotten so wide, so deep, it's become impossible to cross. How we can coexist.
Hey, asshole! You can't go in there!
Legislation is to ensure that they are as safe from us as we are from them. I am not augmented, but I have many friends
You'd steal
who are,
from me?
and most of them are afraid to walk outside. And the Human Restoration Act will continue.
Quit screwing around!
Resolution 3527.
Where you going?
Expansion plans for the Palisade Bank Corporation. Look,
Why are you still here?
Found a note from your doctor. You lost your hands in New South Wales.
I got new hands in New South Wales, is the way they sold it to me.
Whatever else the killer did to her, Angela was strangled. Whoever did it left a partial print on her neck, which, apparently, you're not capable of.
Fingerprints are for human beings, Mr. Gunn. You'll find not having them allows you to be so much more effective.
They did it so you can kill better.
So I'd never get caught. Ironic, right? Being a good killer is probably what saves me here. Or, you still think I killed Angela?
You may not have left a mark on Angela's neck, but that doesn't mean I think you're innocent.
I never said I was innocent. Just clearly not guilty of this. Now, if you don't mind, get the hell out of my apartment.
officials are scrambling to contain the outbreak, even as work begins in San Francisco. At pharmaceutical giant
You got me
Deus
mixed
Ex
up
had
with
an
someone
antibiotic
else.
that could be
Happens all the
generated
time.
To find a more aggressive cure. Sources inside the R&D campus tell me, however, that this most recent strain mutates so quickly.
Need more
new
beer.
vaccines
Why don't they
become
deliver?
obsolete before they can even reach infected areas. So
99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer.
methodologies that will prevent deadly outbreaks from occurring at all. This is Eliza Cassell, reporting to you live from Vegas.
Stop this. Shut him.
98 bottles of beer on the wall, 98 bottles of beer.
My God.
More than a few around.
Would you believe my mother-in-law is still coming to visit? Even after we told her about Deus Ex. It's helped ruin my life.
Like I am not a citizen here.
You just fucked up.
It makes me scared to leave my home.
By the way, I told Daria to go home. I really don't think she saw anything.
think I'm finally ready to shed some light on Angela Gunn's murder.
That's good news. My bosses are eager to know why I haven't arrested Johnny yet.
Actually, there's something I need to check first. I don't want to accuse the wrong man.
Don't overthink it. Enjoying yourself, detective.
Alright, I have some questions about the murder.
Before we go any further with this, I need you to know something about Johnny Gunn. He's not a good man. I may not like how my bosses are targeting him, but that doesn't mean he's innocent. So, you know, just make sure you're here for the right reasons.
Why else would I be here?
I don't want this to turn into some kind of crusade. Bad men do bad things. In a perfect world, we arrest them for the right reasons, but, well, the world's not always perfect.
I'm here because I don't like the idea of someone killing people right outside my window. Maybe he's out there right now, targeting that poor witness. Or maybe he's just looking for any chance to do it again.
Fair enough, Mr. Interpol.
Anything I should know about the scene? Anything jump out at you?
The dismembered body jumps out at me. Keep in mind, I've been behind a desk for the last 12 years. It all jumps out at me.
I found this piece of glass near the body. A pair of broken glasses, maybe?
I don't know what to tell you. We're in the back alley of a major city. There's bound to be broken glass.
I found this press ID on the victim.
Okay, enlighten me. We care about this... why?
Angela Gunn was a journalist. Maybe this is work-related. Maybe she uncovered something she wasn't supposed to.
Maybe. I don't know.
I found what looks like a grenade fragment. EMP by the looks of it. Killer might have used this to incapacitate her.
Interesting. Johnny wouldn't need an EMP to take down his wife. Riot police use EMPs to re-establish public order around here. With all the AUG riots, anti-AUG riots, it wouldn't surprise me if that's all it was. Still, interesting.
Do you know if the victim had any enemies?
I know she and Johnny didn't get along. Other than that, I really couldn't tell you.
Tell me about the victim's husband, Johnny.
He used to work for a private military company, Bell Tower. He's been arrested for all sorts of things in the past. Now, don't get me wrong. I believe in evidence. But I also believe in playing the odds. 9 times out of 10, the husband did it.
Why are your superiors so eager to pin Johnny for murder? It's gotta be more than just not liking the guy.
Standard policy for guys like Johnny. The way they see it, you send a man like him into Golem City, and he's liable to go off the grid, end up with Ark or God knows who. He becomes 10 times more trouble than he's worth. But if they can charge him with something big, something like murder, well, suddenly he's no trouble at all.
Were you able to get anything out of the witness? It sounded like she might have seen something.
Who? Little Miss Mousy? I was under the impression Daria was your domain. Apparently, I'm not good enough to talk to.
Did the killer leave anything behind? Does anything strike you as odd?
I don't know. It's a murder, you know? Doesn't matter if you look at it sideways or upside down. It's never going to look normal.
I found a broken needle stuck in the victim's shoulder. The killer might have drugged Angela before killing her.
Maybe, but keep in mind she was an AUG. Don't you all have to shoot up that new pulse shit? Let's go for the obvious before jumping to any wild conclusions.
I'm assuming you know her augments were harvested. The marks on her body make it seem like the killer knew exactly what he was doing, knew exactly what he wanted.
The way you said that just now.
What about it?
The way you described the AUG removal. And before, you mentioned a broken needle in the right shoulder?
That's right.
It reminds me, you know. There was this cop, Smolinski. He used to work in this neighborhood. He had this theory about a copycat. Someone acting just like a dead killer named, Svobotka.
You think there's a connection to another case?
I don't know yet. But I remember him mentioning something about needles and AUG removal. Smolinski died in the police station bombing. Whatever files he had would have been moved into temp storage, across the street from the bombed-out station. Who knows? Maybe it's nothing.
I found a print on Angela's neck, next to the contusion marks. It's a partial, so I don't think we can match it to anything. But at least we know the killer left something, and that she was strangled.
Huh, a fingerprint. I must have missed that one. This is exactly the kind of evidence I'm talking about. No way Johnny could squirm his way out of something like that. If only we could link it to him.
I think I'm finally ready to shed some light on Angela Gunn's murder.
That's good news. My bosses are eager to know why I haven't arrested Johnny yet.
I think your hunch was right all along. As much as I hate validating your department's orders to go after Johnny Gunn, I believe that's exactly what you should do.
Haha! Music to my ears! What brought you around?
I read Johnny's poetry. It was violent. He made references to Angela, to killing. Made me think he's killed before, more than capable of doing it again.
Capable, sure. But I thought you were out there looking for something a little more definitive than violent line breaks. Don't get me wrong. I can live with Johnny going down for something he didn't do. I'm just surprised you can.
You don't think Johnny's guilty anymore?
No, this is good enough for me. And it's certainly good enough for my department. I guess they were right to focus on Johnny all along. I just hope we got it right.
Yeah. Makes two of us.
Hey, rookie! Get over here! It's time to wrap this up. All right, let's call it a night. Get someone to pick her up.
What do we do about Johnny Gunn?
We'll get a team together. over here.
Not worried he might run off?